writes in with a question about location releases and permissions. Hi, I'm Gordon Firemark, and this is Asked and Answered, where I answer your entertainment law questions so you can take your career in business and show business to the next level.
Hi, I'm Sarah Werner. I am the host, writer, editor, producer, pretty much everything here at the Right Now podcast. The Right Now podcast is a podcast for aspiring writers, and it gives you the time, energy, and courage you need to pursue your passion and to write every day.
Hey, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dana, aka Mac Caster. My friends call me Pod. Now, someone shot me an email the other day, says, Dana, how do you do these, man? Where do you get your audio from? Well, today we're going to talk about a young lady. Her audio is absolutely fabulous. And the reason that I'm doing this actual video is because of the frustration level that she has, because she's recording directly into her PC or her Mac. And you guys know that that's a no-no if you follow me or you watch me, because we just don't recommend doing that. And the reason is because of what she goes through. Now, this particular episode, she was doing it, I think she said she was on her third time. So this is exactly the way that it happened. So I'm up here working on another website, and on my Twitter account, I get the thing that comes through my phone. Somebody's followed me, so I go up there and I check them out. And that's the thing. If you belong to an HOA, Organization Homeowners Association, condo, it doesn't matter. Come up there and check us out, HOAnews.net. Do a little cross promoting here. Our podcast, we're already number one on Google, Yahoo, and Bing. If you type in HOA News Podcast, we've only got 4 episodes up. All about the SEO, ladies and gentlemen, all about the SEO. Okay, and that's search engine optimization. So anyway, I come over to her, and this is the young lady here. And she's very dedicated to what she does. She loves podcasting. She's got a very good following. And as I go to her website, the Game Changer Podcast.com, and then I come over and I find the episodes. And then I come over here and I go to the last one. Michelle Dutro is her name. Listen to podcast or listen to episode. And there's my download link. So I download it, and there's the file, and we say, okay. Now, that's how I do the audio part, okay? But what I want to talk to you today about is, up here, our young adult podcasting scholarship, the things that we offer, and we pay for this, of course, is the Reaper doll. You guys know I love my Reaper. We'll do the domain name. We'll design the website. And here's the Elias Multi-Mix for USB FX 4-channel mixer. Okay? And then we also do the Shure SM57. I've had this mic probably 20 years now. Works just as well as what I'm talking to right now. It's what I'm talking on right now. So give a shout out to Sarah Werner here and Alex. 2 real nice guys and gals. So let's go over and look at the mixer, because all this is going to tie in together. All this can be done for under $200. Okay? So as we look at this, you got your mic that goes in here. You got the channels 1 and 2. You've also got 2 other inputs. And I don't think it's going to let me blow it up. But right here, you can take a 1/8-inch stereo jack and you can plug your smartphone into that. Just a regular smartphone stereo jack. Okay? 2 in, 2 out. Plug this part into here, plug the other part into your phone, like you were listening on your earbuds. Now you can record a phone conversation that's coming in. And you've got all your controls. You'll have to go through there and just look at them. You got the you got to think a low and a high EQ. And then you got where you're panning your stereo left and right. And then you got your gain input. You've got your meters over here. It's just a real nice little unit. Okay, you can expand with this unit as well. So what's going to happen is, right here's the USB. This is going to go into your computer. I believe Audacity will even pick this up. I know Reaper will. It'll pick it up as channel 1 and 2. Okay? But you're saying, Mac, listen, man, you're talking about not recording in the computer. Well, you're correct. Okay? This is our backup. We do record in the computer, but it is our backup. Because if you look right here, it says main left, main right. These are your main outs. Okay? Now here's your volume control down here. And this is the control you're going to use to do the input to your Tascam DR40. Okay? I love this recorder. Now, I know Zoom and everybody else makes a real good recorder. No doubt about it, guys. I deal with Tascam. I'm very comfortable. People email me, hey, with this or this problem about Tascam, I can go right to it. I've been using it for years. I love their products. But if you look right here where it says dual, okay, when you put your input levels into your recorder, that's your sweet spot right there. Now, when you put it on dual as well, what that does, it will record a backup file for you at a negative 12 dBs lower than what you have the input set at. And what that does, if something happens, you start clipping, it just doesn't matter. You've got this backup file. Because here again, I don't care what you read on the forums, guys. I don't care what you read in the communities. You start clipping your audio, you're not going to get it out. That's a fact. I'm not even going to argue about it. Okay? So, $149 from Sweetwater. I bought mine at Guitar Center, only because they're about 12 miles down the road from me, right here outside of Washington, D.C. So, between the mixer and the digital recorder, you can go anywhere you want to. You can actually go mobile with this as long as you can plug in your Alias. Now, the only thing you've got to add in there is a microphone. And I want to talk about that just for a second. I love condenser microphones. I have several of them. I have some that cost thousands of dollars. They sit in the shelf. They sit in the drawer. Unless I walk into a professional recording studio that has a sound booth, they do not come out. Okay? Here again, I'm not going to argue about it. That's the way that it is. I am not saying there's anything wrong with them. You can get, I think it's the ATR 2100. It's a dynamic. I think they're $59.69. That would work great with this little setup right here. Okay, so we've downloaded her audio. Let's go ahead and bring up Reaper. Because on her audio, everything hit the specs. And there we are right there. Okay, the only thing that didn't hit the spec that was a little bit over was her total peak over 0 to dB. And I think that was at a 2.9. Now, we're going to look at this real fast. You can see the headroom that we have here, up to here. Okay, I can look at it and tell automatically that the total peak is too low. Do this long enough and you'll see it yourself. Okay, real easy fix, man. It's a real easy fix. Now I'm going to go ahead and turn all my FX chain off. You guys watch my videos, that's what I always use. I'm going to bring up the tri-leveler. I've been playing around with it here a little bit this morning. Now, our target range, we're going to go to a negative 18. And that is a RMS. That's root mean squared. This is going to put us somewhere around the negative 16 LUFS, loud unit full scale. So we're going to use the loudness curve. We're going to come down here and we're going to put this about a negative 0.7 dBs. Now, if you look right here, that's a hard limiter of a negative 0.1. Here again, you guys, I say it all the time, you've got to play with these plugins, okay? And you'll see what we're going to get from this. So we're going to go ahead and close this out. I'm going to close this out. I'm going to make sure my FX is on because I do want that tri-leveler to work. We're going to come up to the master mix. We're going to make sure that we are in stereo, 128 kbps. Now, with this checkbox right here, this is just going to add it right back into Reaper for me. It just saves the step, and we're going to call it midweek. Reaper. Okay? So that's what we're going to name the file. So we're going to go ahead and render this one file. Now, watch our meter up here as it goes through. Now, remember, we have a 0.5 dB allowance. So we can be a 0.5 up to a negative 0.5 up to a negative 1.5. That is our range. So this will take just a second. And once we finish it, I'm going to go over another little program. We're going to actually add some album art into this file. And now that it's done, we're going to simply hit close. We like that. Now, if I didn't like these numbers, I would hit back. And then I would readjust my FX controls. And then I would do it again. But I'm satisfied with that. So I'm going to hit close. I'm going to go ahead and turn off my 2FX here. And we're going to look at the two files. I want to get a better comparison to kind of even them out. There we go. It is a little tricky. So, if you look up here now, you can see the difference we have between the top of the waveform and the top here. And you can see when I put my cursor there, if I can get it there, it'll change for me. I might have to blow it up a little bit more. And it is not going to cooperate with me today. But that's all right. We want to do this for comparison anyway. And we don't want that up. So look at the difference now from here to the top versus here to the top. Now, if I want to analyze these two tracks, I'm going to come up here to extensions. I'm going to grab the loudness. I'm going to left mouse click the top track, hold the control key down, left click the bottom track, and I'm going to hit analyze tracks. Now, this is going to take just a second. Okay. So as we do this, let's go over and show how to put some album art into the audio file. Okay. We'll go ahead and click this down. We're going to bring up this little program right here. It's called MP3 Tag. This is free. As y'all can see, I type about a blistering 3 words a minute. Right here. Album artist, my show. Not gonna, yeah, my show. And then Matt Caster. Okay, so let's go ahead and leave that alone. Let's go back down to Reaper and see if it's finished doing it yet. So we've got the first one done. It's just about getting to the second. If you look at it now, the 17.8 lofts, like I said, we were within the range. The loudness unit, 3.9. That's our loudness range. We try and keep it within a 4 dB range. And here's the true peak, when I was telling you it was a negative 2.9. And we really want that to be somewhere, like I said, anywhere between a 0.5 to, or a negative 0.5 to a negative 1.5. So let's give it just a second here. Cool things about Reaper while we're sitting here doing it, regardless of where I put my cursor. If I hit the up arrow, this will always stay within my view. It will not go away. I can zoom in on this just as close as I want to. And let's look at this right here now. You see these little specks? Well, at this particular volume, it will not show up on the waveform. But since we've raised the volume of our second track, it does show up. Okay? So here's our second one. So here's the one done with Reaper. We're at a negative 16.2. So we've actually raised this almost 2 BDs or dBs. We've made it louder. Yet our loudness range has come down. And our true peak now is 2/100ths away from perfection. Okay? Just that simple, guys. With Reaper and with this software, like I said, that's a free plug-in. Okay? And you can use it on any type of DAW you have that will use those types of, I think it's VST, I want to say. Don't hold my feet to the fire on it. Okay, so we're not going to save this. So now we're going to come back. We want to come back now to the one with Reaper. This is the one we just finished. So let's drop it in there. See if it'll let me do it. And I apologize. That's the one I'm sitting there looking at. I want the picture. Been up for a long time, guys. Sorry about that. And then we're going to hit save. And as you can see, it saved it. Now let's look at what that looks like when somebody downloads your audio. This is what they'll be seeing. And then you just have to determine whether you would rather see it like this or whether you would want your fans or your followers to see it like this.
Hello and welcome to this midweek check-in of the Game Changer podcast. My name is Michelle Dutro. I am your host, and this is a really exciting episode for me. As you're listening to this will be day one for me of Date with Destiny, an event that Tony Robbins hosts once a year. Now, if you follow Tony Robbins whatsoever, you know that he has these weekend